So the first card you have you passed is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so sometimes this wheel can be really positive, sometimes it could be negative, it just depends. Sometimes it can be a bit mixed. I'm seeing it as being a little bit mixed right now. It actually feels lots and lots of mixed energies, almost like it's a kind of a washing machine turning around. It's all mixed around. And so you kind of feel a little bit like this, a little bit like that. And I think at this time, you're feeling a bit like that. But mostly I think you're right, kind of laying low, I think. That's the word I'm trying to think of, laying low, wanting to keep your head down. It's kind of this feeling of, oh, I hope this passes. I hope I can just ignore this and it will go past. I'm just going to put my head down. Hopefully this difficult thing or person's going to go past. And I think it was a person, because I'm getting this thing of, oh, I've had enough. I don't want to engage with this person anymore. I'm staying out of their way. I'm very, very tired of them. You know, and I think this is someone who kept coming back to you and back to you, coming around, going away, and then you're like, oh, they've gone away. I'm all mentally exhausted. I'm very emotionally exhausted, because I think they had you emotionally up and down, up and down. They'd go away, come back again, and you're all up and down emotionally, then they'd go away again, all of that kind of thing. So, and, I'm seeing some arguments as well around this. And I think in the beginning, when this backwards and forwards thing was starting, they'd come back to you and they'd say something like, oh, can we talk, please? I just want to have a talk, and let's just talk. We need to talk about this or that. And I think in the beginning you were like, okay, I'll try and be reasonable. I'll listen to this person and I'll be polite and I'll see what this is about. And also, you did have more feelings in the beginning, and you kind of wanted to sort this out. But I think it just got to the stage after a while where you were just, I can't do this. I can't do this again. Enough. I'm exhausted. I cannot do this. I want to get off this wheel. It's turning around and around. I just want to get off. Stop. I want to get off. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so yeah, I don't want to worry you, but I have to tell you this. I think they'll probably come back again if this resonates with you. This is going to happen at some time, because I'm just looking at this jackal and this snake coming around this wheel. They're coming around, but I think you're going to be ready when they come around. I think you're going to be on guard when they come around, like the Sphinx. There's a Sphinx at the top with his sword up. That's you. You're going to be up there with your sword saying, nope, this time I'm really strong. I'm not going to keep my head down. I'm not going to engage with you. I'm going to guard myself against you. So that's what I'm seeing is going to happen. Lots and lots and lots of strength around you. You probably don't want to cope with this, because I'm seeing you wanting to have your head down and hope they're going to go away. But you are going to be able to cope, and you will cope with them when they do come back. That's what I'm seeing is probably going to happen. And, I think also you don't want to engage with them because your mind is on something else. I think you've got some goal in your mind. You've got this goal in your mind, and it's like, no, my mind's on this now. Because I think in the beginning when they came back to you, your mind was on them. You couldn't help it. It had to be on them because they just had you so emotionally involved in them that you just couldn't stop thinking about them. But I think each time they've come back, it's like, no, the pendulum swung, further away from me each time. And so each time you've been less and less interested in them. And now you're just exhausted with them, I think. That's what I'm getting. So you're not emotionally as engaged with them. I think you do have some feelings there. I think there are some, but way, 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 way differently to how you used to feel. You're not involved. Your mind's on this other thing, this other goal. And the whole thing just feels very, very different now. And I'm just looking at these clouds and this beautiful sky in this card, and I'm just thinking, you with this goal that you have on your mind, you might have some people around you, or you might have at this time saying, oh, you've got your head in the clouds. You've got your head up in the clouds. That's unrealistic. You can't do this. You can't do that. Because, these clouds in the sky are absolutely beautiful. It might be something to do with studying or learning, because these characters around the edge have these books, but it might not be that. But I think it does feel a little bit impossible. Also, I think, but it is impossible for you. It's not impossible for you. I'm sorry. It does look and feel impossible to a lot of people around you, but it is not impossible. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying the wrong words are coming out. I'm sorry. So yeah, it's not impossible. I want to tell you this. It's not impossible. You can do this. There might be people around you saying, oh, that's unrealistic. You've got your head in the clouds. It's not unrealistic. The other reason why they might be thinking this is because I think you might have tried to do this particular thing another time and it might not have worked for you at that time. Because the Wheel of Fortune can be about going back to things again, coming back around again, trying it again a second time. And I think it might be a similar thing the second time, or the same thing even, that you're trying again. But again, this feels totally different this time to what was happening last time. Your life was different at that time when you tried it last time. I think you had someone around you who you kind of felt accountable for, or to, I should say. You felt accountable to someone, and they're just not there now. You're in charge of yourself now. You're in charge of this now. You don't have to answer to anyone else. I'm getting that really, really clearly. So you can absolutely do this. So don't let anyone stop you from doing this. And don't let your past failures stop you as well, because I'm seeing this coming around a second time around. You can do this. You can. So the next card you have, you passed the Five of Wands. Yeah, look at this mess. This is the messy card. It's about destruction, disorder, all that kind of thing, mess. I think this is about what might happen, or what will happen when this person comes back to you again. Or it's probably about what you want to avoid when they come back to you again. Because you're guarding yourself against this kind of mess happening. This kind of ridiculous argument, talking, conversations that never actually gets anywhere. Everyone's fighting. Everyone's fighting in this card. They're all jumbled up. Big mess. There's no one leading the battle. There's no one in charge here. And there's no resolution or result that's kind of rising up from this mess. So I think you know that if you had any kind of conversation, arguments, trying to get to the bottom of things, trying to come to a solution, there's no point. And I think you know that. You can't reason with this person. No one would get anywhere. It would just be a big mess. And you really, really don't need that mess. If there's just a little bit of a warning here I'm seeing. If they do come back, and I am seeing that they probably will, just remember this mess, just remember this card, because it might be that they come back when things have died down in your mind and you might be feeling a bit calmer by then. You might have your guard down a bit more. So just be careful, because they might catch you off guard in the future, and then they might stir things up again. And you don't need things to be stirred up again, because you're focusing on where you want to go. I think it's a little bit of a difficult thing to focus on right now, because it feels a little bit scattered, with this Five of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune turning around. But I think once you've totally lost this energy with this person coming back, you'll feel a lot better, a lot calmer, and I think you'll have a much clearer way in your mind as to how to go about this goal. That's what I'm seeing. So I'll just go to the Star card, and which is the last card there. Absolutely beautiful card, and that's your goal. That's the star there. That's your goal. It represents hope, represents where you want to go. I don't think you totally know exactly where you want to go yet, or how you're going to do this, because this woman has her back to the star, so she's not actually seeing exactly how she's going to be able to do this. Again, this feels way over the top to a lot of people. I think you might be keeping this to yourself because you just don't want to have all that interference around you. And who'd interfere with this woman? She's so beautiful. She's there. She's deep in thought. She's by herself. She's washing herself. No one would want to come and interfere with that. Just leave her alone. And I think you want to be left alone with working out how you're going to do this. I think you're doing a bit of research, or you might be thinking about how you're going to do this. I don't think you have a clear path in front of you yet. But if you look at these stars, there is a path on these stars. Each of these little stars are like a stepping stone, kind of leading to the big golden one, which is your big goal there. So, you're very resilient. I think you'll need that, and I think you have that. You're going to get to where you're going. You're able to guard yourself against this other person as well. You don't need any interference stopping these thoughts, and I don't think you're going to let any of these people in. I think you've had enough of these people saying, you can't do this. Oh, how are you going to do that? And I think you're just not going to engage with them when it comes to this project, or this goal that you have. So that's really, really good. I'm really glad that you're getting that isolation and that peacefulness, or you're planning on doing that, and you're guarding yourself against that as well, because I think that's really necessary for you to be able to do this. Okay, so the first card you have for your presence, the Two of Wands. Okay. This might be about the same person in the Wheel of Fortune, because it really looks similar to me. It looks like a similar thing. This is someone who because in the Wheel of Fortune, I've got this person coming back, trying to engage with you, trying to talk to you, trying to get your attention, coming back, and you're absolutely fed up with that person. In this card, I've got someone who, it feels like someone doesn't want to let you go. That's what I'm getting. And so it really does sound like the same person. I don't think you feel trapped by this person anymore. Again, I'm getting that really, really strong feeling that you used to feel quite trapped by them. You used to engage with them automatically. Anytime they came back, you'd say, oh, yes, what is it? Let's talk. But this time you're like, no, I've got my sword up like the Sphinx. I'm not doing that. And I'm not trapped by this person. I'm not doing that. I'm going to move forward. Again, remember this feeling. I'm not trapped by them. I'm on my own. I'm looking forwards into the future, because again, I'm seeing them coming back, and you're going to have to remember this as well, just to keep your strength when they come back. And also, I'm seeing here that you have a lot of backup in this goal, in what you want to do. It feels like a spiritual backup to me. It feels like the universe is backing you up. It's kind of pushing you forward. And that's a really, really positive thing. So stay on your instincts, follow those. This person doesn't want to let you go. I'm seeing that here. They want to keep you locked in. Look at this. There's a wand just behind this man, and it's kind of bolted to the wall. That's how they want you to be. They don't want you to move forward. They want you to keep engaging with them, and they're stopping you from moving. They're stopping you from getting to your goal. Don't let them do that. You're not this wand. You're not the one that's chained to the wall. You're the man. You're the man. You have legs. You can move forward. So let them be stuck there. Don't be stuck there yourself. Please move forward. You've got the world in your hands like this man, and you've got the universe, and you've got the spiritual backing for what you want to do, and it's pushing you along, and I think you can feel that. So go toward your goal. What they think, what they say has nothing to do with you. Look forwards, don't look backwards. That's the message I'm getting in that card. Okay, so the next card you have your presence, the Emperor. Okay, this is very strange. I'm just seeing this out of nowhere. I don't know what this is about. It's some kind of building or construction work. You might be building something. Maybe you're building a house, a home. You might be renovating. You might be redecorating or something. It does feel like actual construction. It does feel like something quite big to me. So if this is resonating with you, I know it probably won't resonate with many people, but if you are in the middle of building, or if you're more, it's more like if you're planning something, if you're about to build something and you're in the early stages or something like that, make sure you're aware of all the rules, all the regulations, planning regulations, all the different things like that. Make sure you've got the proper approval for things. I feel as if I have to tell you to watch out for the rules. Stick by the rules. That's what the Emperor is about. So stick by the rules, watch out for the rules, make sure you're aware of all the rules. I think if you've got one person helping you with the regulations or whatever it is, I think you should probably get another person in as well, just for a second opinion, just to give you a backup of that. I don't think anyone's out to scam you. I'm not seeing that. But I think one person might be a little bit forgetful. They might lose something, they might forget something or whatever. And you want all that bit sorted out properly before you actually get further in. Because if you're in the middle of building something and you realize, there's this regulation I haven't, I haven't stuck to, or, there's this rule I haven't thought of. Now I've spent all this money and all this work on this thing and I have to go back again. Don't get yourself in that position. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but just make sure you block all the holes up. You don't let anything come through. Make sure you've covered everything. It's absolutely going to be worth it if you do that, because you don't want to have delays. And sometimes if you're building an actual house or a building or something like that, these delays and these things that go wrong are hugely expensive, and you do not want that if this is you. The other thing I'm seeing here is there might be a confrontation coming up for you. I'm seeing family around this. I think there's something you might have kept a lid on for a long, long time. You can be quite blunt in the way you say things. I think there's some kind of trigger that's going to come out. I think you've been keeping a lid on what you've wanted to say to this person for a long, long time. They've probably been saying a few things, maybe things that aren't true or nasty things. They might have an opinion that's very different to you. Maybe it's a very, very, it might be a very extreme political view maybe, and you have the opposite of that or something. Someone's really, 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 really bothering you. You're keeping a lid. And then I'm seeing them triggering off something. They're saying something that's going to trigger you. And you'll come out with this. You're going to say what you want to say. And they're going to say something as well. You're both going to have your say. And I think after that happens, you're going to be out of this. You're going to be out of this person's life. You don't want any more drama. I think they might start a bit more drama up. They might talk to some other people around you and all this kind of thing. But I think after that, it's like, no, I've had my say. They've had their say. I'm moving on. You're fair. You're very fair, but you're very firm as well. So you both had a say and now you're moving on. So that's what I'm seeing with that. I don't want to make you alarmed or worried about this. To me, this feels like this is something that had to be said, or that has to be said, I should say. You're going to feel like, I don't want to have to say this, but I have to. I have to say this. It also feels like you might be protecting someone else. I don't know. Or maybe, it might be that they have some really horrible political view, might be a very extreme view, might be something really horrible like racism or sexism or some other ism, some very bad thing, and you feel like you have someone else next to you that you want to protect, and you feel like that's a horrible thing to say. I can't sit there and say nothing. I have to say something. So it's that kind of a situation, and I am seeing family around this, so just watch out for this. But, to my mind, well, I'm Aries, I come out and say things, but to me it has to be said. That's what I'm getting there. Okay, so the last card you have your presence, the Four of Wands. So, yeah, I think after this confrontation, if that all resonates with you, if that makes sense to you, that something like that could happen, if you know who that might be, if that's you, I think after that you're going to be able to let go of this quite quickly and move on. I think that year or this year coming up is going to be all about this goal for you, pretty much all about this. You're going to really push with this. I'm seeing, okay, this is a bit strange, but I'm seeing a wave going up and down. So it's like one thing has to come up for another thing to come down, or one thing, I should say the opposite way. One thing has to come down for the other thing to come up. So it might be that you have to lose something, or wind something down, or bring something down, or leave something behind for this new thing to come up. That's what I'm seeing. It might have something to do with this building project. I don't know. But it is about building up a new thing. Now, okay, yeah, I think there's going to be some money coming in as well. I'm seeing that as well. Money coming in. I think that's going to help you push this along. And you've got the Nine of Pentacles right next to this as well. And they're both very beautiful golden cards, very rich, very valuable cards, lots of gold. So I think this money might come in. I'm saying more timelines now. Probably maybe around March, April, May, that might be when this money comes in. And I think it's going to be a big injection into whatever this thing is that you're doing, whether it's a business, whether it's this building thing that I'm seeing here. This is an absolutely fantastic card. Everyone wants this card. This is something everyone wants, especially for this goal. Because if you look at this red conical roof on this castle, it's like a big red arrow and it's pointing up to the sky, and it's pointing up to that sky that we were seeing on the Wheel of Fortune, the sky that everyone's saying, you've got your head in the clouds, it's up in the clouds, you'll never do this, you'll never do that. This arrow's pointing up to that sky. It's telling you you're going to get there. Don't listen to them, don't listen to these people. Listen to what's on this card, which is this red arrow pointing upwards. You're going up. You're going up. And also it fits in with what I was seeing in the star card. That's your hope, up in the sky with the star. Now, I think you do feel quite alone with this goal right now, which is what I was also seeing in the star card. It feels like this is your thing. It's like, this is my thing. It's my thing alone. I'm not going to share this with many people. I don't have a lot of support with this around me right now, because the people I have around me might not understand this, and I just don't want that interference. I just want to keep it to myself anyway. And if you look at this card, I'm just going to lift it up so you can see. So on this side, so there's like the wands are on this side, and then there's like a barrier, and then the people, all the people are on the other side. There are these two women, and there are a lot of people on the left hand side. You can just see all these little people there bunched up. So that's where the celebration is, on that side. We're on this side. So what this is telling me is, at the moment, you're alone with this. You're by yourself with this idea. You might not be sharing it with people. You probably don't have a lot of people supporting you in this, because you're keeping this to yourself. Once you get to a certain level, once you cross over to the other side of that barrier, you go through the wands, that's where all the people are on the other side. That's where your support is on the other side. So you're going to have all these like-minded people around you, helping you with that. So you're not going to be alone with this for very long. You're going to be alone right now, or you are right now, but as time goes on, especially coming up to April, May, March, April, May, I think that's when the big time is for you. That's when you're going to be crossing over to the other side. So I think that's a really important thing for me to tell you, because I am getting a lot of I'm alone with this coming from you. So I have to tell you that. So that looks really fantastic for you. Okay, so the first card you have for your future is the Chariot. Again, look at this. You're pushing this goal forward, especially in the next year. But right now, you're by yourself, like this man. Again, isolated, secluded. He's got this box around him. But look what's on his head. He's got the star on his head. That's his goal, just like in the star card. It's on his mind, and he's pushing forward. And that's where he's going. The one I'm seeing here in this reading with the number 2, because I'm just looking at this number 2, or not looking at the number 2, I'm looking at it in my head. And the number 2 looks like, if you think about the number 2 in the shape of a number 2, it looks like its head's bowed down and it's on its knees. So you can either look at that as this is in prayer, you know, the number 2 is in prayer, or you can look at it as it has its head down, it's kneeling down, and it's kind of in a submissive position. Now, I don't think you're in a submissive position. You're not like that at all. But with this head bowing down with the number 2, to me, what that says to you is you're going to keep your head down while you're working on this. And I was seeing that in the Wheel of Fortune. I'm laying low, I'm laying low. That's what I'm seeing again here. But you're laying low here because you're working and you're staying under the radar of people, a lot of people's attention. And that's exactly what you want to do until you get to the other side that's in the Four of Wands. Because you don't want to stick your head up like the number 2. You don't want to be like the number 2 and stick your head up. Because if you stick your head up, you'll get lots and lots of interference from people. People saying, oh, have you done this yet? Sometimes they're well-meaning. Sometimes people around you are well-meaning, but they interfere. Oh, have you made a profit yet? What are you up to now? Have you done that yet? What are you doing now? Oh, my brother's uncle's doing this and he's further ahead than you. You don't need that rubbish around you. You just want to keep it to yourself, keep your head down, work on this. Once you're on the other side of the Four of Wands, you'll have people that understand what you're doing. You'll have the right kind of support around you. That's what I'm seeing here in the Chariot. And yeah, I think that's another reason why the universe or spiritually you're being pushed toward this goal, because you need these people around you. You can't be by yourself in this idea forever. So, you know, that's what I'm seeing in that card. In that card there, by yourself now, but later on you're going to have these people around you. And it's a good thing for you right now, and even in the future, even in the first half of next year, to have your head down for a while. So that's what I'm seeing there. Okay, so the next card you have, your future, is the Hermit. All right, so I'm looking at this and I'm looking at the Nine of Pentacles at the same time. I'm going to talk about them together. They might seem completely different because one seems to be quite a spiritual card. The other one seems to be quite a materialistic card. Yes, there is material wealth in that card, but I'm seeing it a little bit differently in this reading. So I'm going to try and explain this to you. So, okay, so firstly, they're both alone. So again, I'm getting that as well. So you're going to be alone for a while again before this all happens. And so with the Hermit, yeah, you're not going to be totally isolated. You're not literally going to be by yourself all the time. It's just you're going to be by yourself with this goal. You're not telling many people. And again, look at this Hermit. Look at what he's got in his lantern, and he's following it. He's following the star. That's your goal. You need to be by yourself to follow the goal. Same as the man in the Chariot, same as the woman in the Star card. You've got this again here. So, and yeah, it's going to be something that works for you financially with the Nine of Pentacles. You know, to me, this Nine of Pentacles, yes, you are going to have finance coming in. You are going to have money coming in. But to me, it's more about freedom for you. It's about financial freedom. That's one aspect. But really, it's more about general freedom, you know, feeling secure in yourself and feeling secure in what you have. And yeah, it's going to bring money in, but this is more about I'm satisfied with myself. I'm satisfied with what I'm doing now, because once you get into this new thing, it's very, very satisfying for you. And, you know, I'm satisfied with who I am. I don't need these other people telling me what I should be doing. I don't need that. I'm comfortable in myself. I know what I'm doing. I've got my head down. I'm working. And the end result is I'm going to be more like this woman, comfortable in myself. So this whole reading is really telling me that you're being pushed along toward this goal. And it's something you're supposed to be doing. So if you ever kind of think to yourself, maybe they're right. Maybe they're saying, I've got my head in the clouds. Maybe it's unrealistic. Maybe I've tried this and I've failed and I'm going to fail again. No. Always remember this card, and remember all the stars in this reading. That's an indication for you that you have hope, that you're going to go through and you are going to achieve this goal. That's what I'm seeing for you.